we had my mates from school and everything. We started going West Ham together. And then I sort of like, when I was 16, I don't know how, I started going and I got into with a crowd. We all met at West Ham though. So we was all 16, 17, 18, 19. And there was a crowd of us all around Forest Gate from Stratford. And we all became mates. And then we all started meeting up, going out. And that was my family. They were the brothers I never had. And it was like, when we were together, like, we laughed, we wound each other up, and this was my surrogate family. Not that disrespecting my real family, but I always wanted brothers. And we all looked at each other like brothers. We fought alongside each other, like, we laughed, joking and winding each other up, as you will know, I'm like. That was the first thing. But the next thing came along I live and breathe claret and blue, West Ham. And it became like a disease. That was my drug. That's what got me up, like that. And the thing is, if anyone disrespected, like, because I got a load of grief from being West Ham over Bermondsey. So it made me even more thinking, like, it was on West Ham, if you know what I mean. I swear, is that all right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, customers. Anyway, so we got to the age where we were like, we're fighters. That's what we are. Like, the British East End men, we're like, you fight. You have to, when you fight for everything from a child, and you fight literally with your fists, and you take that with you in life. You know, if you don't fight, you get broken down and you'll get beaten. So we like that, with that winning mentality. So, and then we started, well, no one's going to slag our team off. You ain't going to have a go at us. Like, we're the governors. And that's how we went. And it was like, didn't go out to become horrible football hooligans and attack the general public. We wanted to fight another firm that come down the road singing another team's name and to think they can intimidate us and beat us like that. I went, no, you ain't going to beat us. We're going to smash you. And it was like that. And
do you remember when how it started? Like, do you remember a point? Because obviously you talk, like, I understand it's gradual, but was there like one game where you were like, the fighting started?
Yeah, I remember me and Kessler, we was about 14, and we was about 14 I met him, and I was just kind of a few away games on my own. I was getting all brave. We had our scarves, we had our thing in the 60s and that, and we all went, man, and we was Arsenal away, and we were like, there was about 40, 50, all youngsters, 15s, 14-year-olds, not the older lot. So we would come walking down the road, got off the tube station, and Finsbury Park, and then we're walking down towards Arsenal's ground like that, and I remember all worried, like, yeah, we're invincible, if you know what I mean. Next thing you know, all these geezers come down the road, and they were proper like older, like men, and they just went like, West Ham, and we were chasing us around the streets, and we take their scarves off, hiding them, like, and we thought, find the grown-ups. So we had to go look for the main firm. That was my first experience of when we bottom actually went like that, and I thought, wow, we've got there's a different level now, and so by the time I was 16, 17, I'd gone into that level as, you know, you go together, you stand together, you fight together, you laugh together, you cry together, whatever, and it just seemed like a natural thing.
It's deployed by the police, not to escort. The route is police. Well, I've heard it all now. Millwall are in the pub opposite. Watch the camera. That's Millwall, all on the opposite side of the road. There's the pub there, with Millwall all inside, and this is all West Ham walking past.
They're going to have to practice something, aren't they? There they go. We're getting round here. They're going to have a crack at the pub. That's where it'll go.
Look, we're going to do the pub now. Look, we're doing it. Come on, we're doing it now. Yeah, BX from Metro 750, urgent assistance, just outside the Crown and Anchor. BX from Metro 750, can you inform MP units? West Ham are still unescorted. There is disorder taking place.
The Old Kent Road.
Yeah, we're in the Old Kent Road. By the Crown and Anchor Public House. It's the next pub up, going in a northerly direction. It's been attacked by West Ham supporters. There's large-scale disturbance in the street. There are no MP units available. We are with the West Ham fans. There are people now into the street. There is serious disorder.
I'm going up and round, Damien. I want to get round opposite here. I want to project round opposite here.
That's affirmative.
I get that the normal person, the family man who's not into football, or a lot of violence, and they look and they go, these hooligans, and everyone picks up on it. But do you know why they picked up on it? Because do you know why? And Thatcher made a big thing about it, and the governments and everything. Do you know what it is about football fans? And because when they come together on Saturday afternoon, you imagine 100,000 men, whatever walk of life you are, and you support that team, and you're passionate. So when you're passionate, like, it's a love, like you would die for your children. And you don't understand what it's doing to you. You change. It's like a click. What happened, we're fighting other passionate fans. Yes, innocent people got caught up in the mix-up. You can't help that. Right-handers going and things, mobs running down the road. But it was we never thought about it. But yeah, I do understand, there was innocent people. And if they looked at that, they think, these hooligans or whatever. And they're totally right. But this was my world. This was the world I was grown into. So, but the governments were scared because it was getting more and more powerful and into control. And when you can get 100,000, say on the streets of say a cup final, and you've got 100,000 fans or whatever, and if you have that many men, fighting men, like that's scary for them, because that's an army, and they're passionate. And they're the same people that go and fight in the wars, Afghan, Iraq. See them people with them boys, and if you look at them, and I've written to a lot of soldiers, ex-military, and in Helmand and all that, because of the foot soldier. But what I'm saying to you is, they're all ex-football. They all support teams, and that's their passion, their first passion. That frightens governments and people that run who come from a different background, the upper class background, because they don't understand that violence is our currency.
And then, with the ICF, do you want to explain that actually to people that don't know?
It's, West Ham always remember the ICF, that's their biggest badge. But it started for me, when I was a teenager, there was the Mile End, which was a group of men from, I say the men are older than me, every one of them was from Mile End. There was 30, and every one of them couldn't have a row. But they go on their own to games. They would fight hundreds, and every one of them were they're all Xboxers, big families. And then Bill was about, and then the TBF, which is a Teddy Bunter firm, which I then got involved with through Bill. And then West Ham's, I don't know what happened, but we just started getting bigger and bigger as a group. And then Purcell done this cheap travel thing, right? And we used to get specials, but we didn't go on specials because they were the worst trains in the world. Do you know what I mean? It's they were filth. They must have dragged them out of pre-war thing. They were dirty and everything, and he was all cooped up. And we went, so we started travelling. We'd go in cars, we get vans, Bedford vans, and all get in the back and everything, and drive it. And then we had the freedom to roam the streets wherever we were going up north. And then Purcell would come out, and they had these travel cart things, going back years, if you remember. And you go 2 adults and two children go for nothing. And it was free, Purcell travel, and you go to Euston or King's Cross, whatever, and you hand them over the counter. So what we do, you get two of the older lot, and 2 of the youngers will be the kids, and that was our travel. So now we could go proper into the city with buffets, nice seats, toilets on them and everything that worked. And that's how it started out. And it didn't start. I mean, the more and more people jumped on board, and more and more our reputation, it just grew from a small crowd to bigger. And then there was hundreds, and then like that. And because we were travelling on British Rail, and it was in the city, we just went in the city firm. I.C.F. That's what we call ourselves. So we're West Ham travelling on British Rail, but we wanted to do a good name for ourselves. And it was I.C.F. It rung out loud, and the Intercity firm, and everyone just went. I don't even know how it come about. It just come back, and it was there, and we were the Intercity firm. Yeah. It was Friday. It was planned. We were like military operation. We'd even go. It was that thing there was sort of 100, 200 hardcore fighters, the if you say the top boys. But we would go getting into City train, because you had the freedom then of the police would know what train you was on. You'd slip through, like, so they didn't see you, like, get on the train. Then once you're on the train, you're all together. So if say we was going Newcastle or Sunderland, right up to about a northern town, you'd get off the stop before. It might be like 5 miles away, right? So, because if you put in Newcastle Central, wherever, the main station, the police will be on the platforms waiting for you. So we'd get off the platform before, walk through all the back streets, housing estates and all that, about 100, 200 of us, like, stay out of the police way, keep off the main roads and everything, and then get to their main pubs and wherever their firm were. And that's what we did. And attack them.
And was it like, were they waiting for you? Like, is it like how it's made?
They knew we were coming, but they didn't know how we were coming. That was a success of the ICF, the way it was planned, and the way we used to carry ourselves. But there were times, like, you know, with big games, massive games, that you'd come out of a station like Thousand Andy, especially like your Man United's away in them days, and big clubs like Liverpool. But most of the time up north. But then we got bigger and bigger, so there's so many of us, we could, we'd fill the whole train up in the City train, and travel. Like, you go first class carriages, sit there and all that, buffet bars and everything. So I just grew. I didn't even see it grow. To me, it was just the norm. It was a normal Saturday afternoon going either away game or at home. But the thing was, the fighting overtook the actually watching the football and playing the football. It became an obsession to be that we made a point of being, like, we were one of the smaller teams in London, and all the big teams, all the big clubs, and all there, loads of supporters. Like, so what we done, we actually went out of our way to go in their inns, to go to them, to go to their pubs or whatever, and just like turn up and have a fight. And I think, like, and it became that, it became more not about the football, but more about the fighting. I don't know. If you said, like, would you go back and change anything, and would you have regrets? I've got to say no, even though it's the wrong answer, because I do regret, like, all the violence sometimes and what we've done. But, it's what made me. It made me become the person I am today, and gave me what I've got and what I possess. So it's a very, very, if I look at, like, someone sitting there, like, families with their kids, and I've been frightened in the cemetery, I go, yeah, it was wrong, but I wouldn't change it, because I loved every minute of it. And if that's sad and people don't understand it, I'm sorry about that, but that was my drug. And we were very much like that with West Ham, yeah. But then you get, like, the more crowds you get, then people start taking liberties and, bullying, and we didn't like that, but we sort of kept from the main, say 6,000-7,000 West Ham travelled, there would be 1,000 who break away to do all the fighting, if you know what I mean. Like, most of them would just go to watch football, go in the ground, get the train back. We wouldn't. We'd stay in the town centre, or we'd get off at another northern town. Just, it's crazy. Well, I was in the first original one, Hooligan, which, it actually come across, we allowed the Thames Television, it was at the time, but they'd done the documentary. We were all a little bit like that. And the bloke who was the presenter and everything, and he filmed it all, he come and met us at our pub, and we were all a little bit like, we never let her know out. So if you walked in our pub, it was all hardcore West Ham, and you was an outsider. Like, you go, like Dick guy, who's he? Anyone know him? Do you know him? No. Who are you, mate? Where'd you come from? And he go, like, you know what I mean? That's where it was. So we were very, very a tight fit unit. That's our success. And we only trusted each other. No outsiders, if you know what I mean. So it was, we met him, and, he come down, he went to a couple of away games. He said, can we film you at away games? And we thought,
Wait, what did he do? Because when I was
his name is.
When I was reading this in the book, you said he was, like, in the thick of it. Was he just, like, not doing anything, or did he?
No, he's actually Butch, brilliant. But what he did, it was at the time where the politicians were turning on football fans, and he actually was doing interviews, and when he brought the documentary out, Hooligan, he actually stuck up for us, and he became a friend. But he was right in the thick of it, so we'd go like Man United away, and there's filming on Hooligan. You don't see our faces, but you can hear my voice and different things. We're all fighting in the streets with Man United, and the old days all kicking off and throwing punches. And he was there with his camera, like in the middle of it. So he wasn't actually fighting, but he was actually travelling. So he was putting his neck on the line, like, because someone could have run up and just gone bang and hit him. Thought he was a West Ham fan.
Was there any game or was there anything where you were actually scared before?
You get, it's like the old, thing like, because you think, been here, this is a naughty place, like, especially up north and that. And I remember Bill Gardner he's like a legend at West Ham. He's like he's the father figure of West Ham, like, for fighting and everything, everyone looks up to Bill, and he sort of like made us who we were. He was before the ICF, he was like, he was the man. And, our biggest thing was trying to get in, like, if we're up north, to get in their end, infiltrate their end and take their end. And that's what we used to do. So as many we get in there, when their end was packed, run in and then just start fighting with all their fans. So, and that was your trophy for the day. If you could do that, that was your big thing. So I remember it was Middlesbrough away, and now everybody says about Sunderland, Newcastle, how big. Middlesbrough is one of the worst.
We had a thing going with Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough, I think pound for pound, Middlesbrough have been for years one of the best firms out there, because the big lumps, it's a fucking rough old shithole, innit? And that's all they got to do was go to football. And we had a thing with them and Everton. Usually your local rivalries are United, City, Liverpool to a certain extent. And we had this thing with Borough like a fucking ding-dong for years. And fucking hell, they come here one day, and we were in the pub, thought they'd long gone, and then one of the lads had a call, said, fucking hell, they're walking to Lime Street. And when we fucking came on side, and we were in this couple of pubs, and we emptied on them, mate, and they had to go, but we fucking battered them like.
Northern towns in Newcastle, it's really like poverty, like the old East End. It reminds me, and they're ours as now. I mean, they're very similar to that West Ham. So there was about 60 of us broke away, and we got to their turnstiles, and then we all trying to get in, and then someone must have heard the Cockney voice, and there was something like, and all of a sudden they're all queuing up to get in, and obviously not. So it's all kitted off and fighting at the turnstiles. So the police would run in, realise that there's the West Ham fans are trying to get, there's no colours, so they're pulling them out. So me and Bill got in. And I went, no, Bill, it's only me and you. And he went, oh no, he went, follow me. So we got into the end. Now in Middlesbrough End, there's like, I don't know, 10,000 or whatever people in there in. So it's getting busy and busy, and we're standing there. He's got his sort of flying jacket on. We're standing there like, I was about 17 and 18 or whatever, and I went, Bill, I said, like, what's going on? I was like, I was going to, I went, we're going to get killed. He went, no, you'll be right. I went, stay with me. He was always calm, Bill. So I was standing there like that, and I'm thinking, they're going to suss us out in a minute. We're going to get absolutely mullered, smashed the thing. But I've like took them through a ride, and so I thought, yeah. And I'm thinking, when are they going to find out when I? So I went, I see him unzipping his bomber jacket. I thought, what are you doing, Bill? He's got his West Ham scarf out in the middle of their end. Went like that, folded it over, all calm. And he went, right, here we go. He went, I'm forever blowing bubbles. Took us and I go, I'm forever blowing. And all of a sudden, I thought, wait for that right-hander. But it was a big gap, like, appeared around us. And they were all looking at us like, all their firm, and it opened up this big space. And we're standing there and looking like that. And he's just like going, like, sort of say, well, come on in. Who's gonna take me? So I've got to stay with him, and I'm going, come on in, like that. And I'm thinking, please don't hit me, or whatever, like. Anyway, and he did it, and do you know what I'm saying is, we shouldn't have walked out of there in one piece. because of him and his presence, and these people just stepped back and went, what the are these two doing West Ham? They got to be a couple of psychos. You know what I mean? It's like having Ronnie and Reggie in your front room. So they went, boom, and then the police come in and grabbed us, and they took us out and like, over the days, it went over the wall and walked us around the track bit, the edge bit. So as we're going out, all the West Ham fans are up the other end, and as we're going out, we go, yeah, singing our name, and like that, and I thought, yeah, all right, I mean, yeah, pat me on the back, and that was like that. I mean, Bill, and I was going, oh, like that, and I was thinking, I'm alive. But yeah, so moments like that is, yeah, I was scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some experience though, right?
Yeah. But it was like a scared, not scared, buzz, adrenaline thing, then brave, not brave. Like, it was like, but 17, 18, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was with the man, so I felt safe.